What is going on, everybody? My name is Alan and this is Project Elevate, and today I wanted to talk to you about steals and just the systems that just don't work in this game. So as you can see there, the ball is just clipping right through the player. Here again, I get in position on that spin move. You're going to see this over and over again. Get in position right there. I'm spamming steal because the ball's exposed, and instead of that, the ball just goes right through first my knee and then right through my leg. The arm goes through the leg as well. It's just like I'm not even there. On this one here, this one's one of the funniest ones. I get into position, I come over with Jason Kidd to get that steal, trap him in the corner, and he's just gonna literally go right through the center of my body like if I wasn't even there. And now you're going to see here on the spin, the ball, I'm in position, I'm trying to time my steal, and the ball is just going to warp back into his hand. You can see it as I kind of come this way. Right there, ball's exposed, I'm in position. That should be a rip, but the ball just kind of flings back into his hand. We're going to get another angle of it real quick here. You can see right there, it just kind of laser beams right back into his hand. To be honest, this is a very similar situation as well. And this one is interesting because as you come over here, now I'm using Michael Cooper, and during this time I was just trying to evolve him. So I'm spamming the heck out of the steal button and willing to take a foul, which is how the steal mechanic should be balanced. But I get in good position. I cut him off. We're going to see it once again. So he's going for that corner. I'm going to cut off the corner. He's going to spin. He's going to go with that spin. Again, the ball is exposed. This is a defender here with like Hall of Fame pickpocket, Hall of Fame clamps, good steal rating. I'm just spamming the heck out of steal. And right there, that should be a rip. That's like perfect timing. Ball's exposed. But it's not going to happen. It's going to go back into his hands. And here, look at the position. He's going to just slide me all the way back, almost to the half-court line to get enough space to blow by. So defensive positioning is just something that you can't rely on in this game. And that makes, half the game is defense. If you can't play fundamental defensive basketball, then what can you do? All right, and the last one here I want to talk about, I'm using Brandon Roy, and right here he's dribbling in front of me. I kind of slide over to get into more, desirable position, and I hit the steal button as soon as he's going to go out for that hesitation. So the ball's exposed away from his body. This is a good defender. This is Galaxy Opal Brandon Roy. And you can see I even take a little step over just to get into that position. And then right there, I swipe. But no, and this is Brandon Roy. He has an 85 steal rating. Galaxy Opal Brandon Roy. And he has pickpocket on Hall of Fame. Like, improves the player's ability to steal the ball from a ball handler. So you can see here, man, like the ratings aren't being factored into the game. And basically what I feel like is happening is that ratings are being used somewhere in their algorithm to trigger a result. Then based on the result, an animation is chosen. So if you get like that dice roll and it says, okay, you're going to get the steal, then it'll give you that steal animation. But if you don't get that steal animation, you're not going to get the steal at all. But the way that it really should work is your abilities, your attributes, your badges should give you quicker animations. And those animations should be tied into like a legit collision detection system. So that if you have a really high rated, defender with like good steal ratings, then his steal animation is going to be quick, precise, and when it hits that ball, it's gonna pop it loose. Especially when the ball's in the air. Now I can understand if the ball is in a good ball handler's hands with good hand ratings, good strength ratings, then you shouldn't just be able to rip. That's unrealistic as well, and that's kind of what happened at the beginning of 2K19. You could just tap, steal, and pop that ball loose, regardless of who it was. You would get like a rebound, and like they would spam steal, and they would just be loose. You got to like separate those systems so that you have defenders that are strong and have good hands that aren't. You can't just like Shaq could be holding the ball and you could swipe at it all day. Like it's not coming loose. You know what I mean? Whereas other guys, how it is. Some guys, their hands are made out of like butter, and you just swipe it and it pops loose, at all costs. So you got to differentiate the systems in that way. Another thing I wanted to talk about briefly is that when the ball is in midair and you swipe and make contact with that ball, like that needs to be dictated by a collision system and by a physics system. Not a system that sends the ball flying across the court like if it got like shot out of a rocket, but a ball that just gets poked loose. So there's two different systems that they're at play. How they react to the ball being swiped when it's in their hands, and how the ball reacts when it's in midair. If you time properly, with a high-rated defender while the ball's in the air, that should be a rip all the time. It should make the ball, change its trajectory and become loose. Now, if a user, I get why they do this. They want to like balance the gameplay a little bit. But if a user is doing stuff like that, right in front of a good defender, it needs to come loose. That's how you balance the game. That's also how you make good defenders valuable. What you do is you tie in the same way we have tiers for dribble animations and stuff like that. You tie in those defensive reaches, those lunges and stuff like that to the defensive attributes. So if you have a poor defender, then he's going to get off balance when he reaches for the steal, and the blow-bys are going to be easier. Whereas a good defender will stay in defensive position and won't shift his weight so much, where he can swipe quickly at the ball, maybe poke something loose, but still be in position to recover. You see that with defenders. Really good defenders always have those quick hands, So you gotta. I get there's so many systems in the game, and it's difficult to manage and have those systems interact with each other. But that's the direction we need to go in, I believe. If we don't get that balance out, where a defensive team can have some type of advantage, then what are we doing here? All right, guys. So I just wanted to talk about steals specifically in this instance with some examples of how that's happening in the game. Hopefully for 2K21, with the next gen systems coming in, we can get more sophisticated collision systems that we don't have to run into this type of stuff. The two systems that really, really need work for the defensive steal mechanics to work properly are collision system first and foremost, and then the foot planting system. That sliding, you're seeing a lot of sliding in this year's game. Post defense is a whole nother topic. All right, guys, so I just wanted to break this down for you guys real quick, the steal systems and whatnot, how it could be improved. My name is Alan. This is Project Elevate. Till next time, elevate your grind, your game, yourselves, and each other. Peace.